This Sea Ray Sun Dancer is getting a new long block. The old block lost compression due to lean burn, so now we have to de-rig the entire motor. This includes things like battery cables, water hoses, exhaust tubes, engine harnesses, engine mounts, and throttle and shift cables. I'll connect the straps to the lifting eye and we hauled the motor out of the boat. Here it is sitting on the crate, and here is the brand new JASPER long block. This job requires basically all parts and components of the old engine block to be swapped and installed on the new engine block. This can be a tedious and time-consuming task, but it must be done. Not going crazy into depth on this, but here I am uninstalling the harmonic balancer, using the claw puller to just pull that right off. Towards the back of the engine, we have the coupler. The coupler accepts the shaft of the drive. With everything removed, we can now take the new block and put it on the engine crate. And with some time, I've got the pulleys back on and about 80% of the engine put back together. We are installing new spark plugs on this one for obvious reasons. And I'm doing this just before putting the exhaust manifolds on, so it'd be a little bit easier. Next, I set the distributor and hook up all the exhaust, and now we are running it on the hard to make sure everything is properly sealed and operating as it should be, and we can hear it rev up nicely. It's time to put the motor back in the boat, and just like that, we're ready to reinstall everything that we need to. This blue fitting for the intake water supply is a pretty tough one to get to. And here you can just tell how everything is super tight. But with enough patience and a little bit of boat yoga, we will get this thing hooked up and back to being operational again. I've also got a few shift and throttle cables to replace because some of them came broken. So I'm starting from the helm and running it all the way down the side of the boat to the engine. I'll hook up and adjust the shift cable so that way I can reinstall this drive. Upon reassembly, I'm going to run this boat on the hard to make sure everything is working as it should. So I screw in the water fitting, and I didn't get it on video, but she ran beautifully. Cleaned up the engine bay, and this thing is ready to go back in the water. Using the travel lift at our yard, we put this thing in the water and dock it up, and we are ready to run it. And there we have a brand new running long block. And of course, I will start the other motor and I will let both of them come up to operating temperature while I'm checking oil pressures and various other things. After a big job like this, we're going to make sure the boat looks very beautiful to return back to the customer. This was a fun job. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and stay tuned for more boating content.